All right, guys, today is Friday, April 28th, and we're going to wrap it up with, wrap up this week since today is the last day of the trading week. And I was going to make a video yesterday, or actually the day before that, but I'm going to go over right now how we didn't get any significant price action moves to the upside or the downside, even though we have all this price action going on over here. But let's start off by backtracking with the replay tool and how we were left off. So if you guys followed my last couple of videos, I've been holding two long positions at 1.07, I'm sorry, 1.085 or 1.0805. And obviously it's been it's been, a game of patience. I harped about patience on my last video and how important it is. But again, this just goes to show you in real time how being patient is can be very difficult for a lot of traders. Even though the potential move that's coming or that you see on the longer time frame, it's very difficult to see that through because the market's always going to go, up. It's going to make this up and downs and fluctuate, even trying to frustrate you, excuse me, to the point where you try to make something happen, or at least mentally try to make something happen. And as we all know, we have no control over the market, right? So whatever the market's going to do, it's going to do, and it's going to get to whatever price level it's going to get to whenever it wants to, right? That's nothing that's out of our control. So let's move forward and let's go back to these. Well, this was a nice pullback here on this is I think Monday, April 17th. So we'll start off from there. So again, this move up. Now I also entered another long position here at 1.097 and was waiting to see if this market would continue and push higher towards that 1.11 zone. Now this is a important level that I'm going to get to in just a second to show you just how significant these levels are, right? So let's move forward. And of course, no price action, no big movements, it's just a straight, pretty much sideways. Same thing here. I think this is where I left off last time, and nothing was going on, right? Literally no price action was giving any indication of any big moves to the upside or downside. And then, of course, we started with this nice little green candle. So I said, okay, so I'm holding these two long positions here, and I have this other position here, holding on. And then this happens. So I'm expecting for the market to blast off and to continue higher. And it's funny because this is what I'm talking about when it comes to trading psychology and kind of yourself talking to yourself in your own mind to get yourself out of trouble or avoid trouble, I should say, in this case, right? If you haven't yet, you can head over to internaltrader.com. I have a free download. You just put your name and your email, and there's a PDF called 7 Reasons Why Elite Forex Traders Crush the Competition. I also have a YouTube version of that if you want to check that out and see what I have to say there. But this also goes back to what I was saying just a second ago about being patient. So this in itself looks like the market's gaining momentum, right? The Euro USD is gaining momentum. So we try to project, in our own mind, well, look at this big move, okay? Then it looks like this market's going to come down and blast off to the upside and crush this high here, and then we'll move on to much higher highs. So I was thinking about adding another long position, but I said, you know what? Let's wait. Let the market really show me that it wants to head to the upside. And considering that I have already three long positions, I don't need to add, any more, right? I'm good with, my positions here. Let's just see what happens. There's no reason to, rush trades or try to make things happen. Just let the market flow and tell you the story about what it's trying to do. So then I held off from adding any long positions or any further positions. So now, look what happens. The very next day, the market comes down and it overtakes this candle. Now, if I would have entered another long here, I would have been stuck with a position up here. Even though these other positions over here and over here are okay, it still would have had I would have had this long position here, and it would have sucked because I knew internally that I wanted to be patient, but that little voice in your head is telling you, well, add a little more because this market looks like it's going to start trending to the upside. Well, in this case, that did not happen. So again, market pulled back pretty strong. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, let's see what the euro wants to tell me, what's going on and what we're looking to do. So we go forward here. Now, nice recovery, right? And at one point we were up, I think, over 1% on this move. But here's the thing. If you look closely, okay, even though I'm looking for 1.11, this median level right over here, it literally stopped on a dime right there at exactly, what was the high of this? 1.01956. So this was right here, right around that same area. Kissed it right with that wick and pulled all the way down. Now I was surprised because I'm thinking to myself, when is the market going to make that big move, that breakout move, so that we can continue this trend right over here, right? We start all the way back here. This is the move, the pullback, right? Fluctuating here about that pivotal zone, and then I'm looking for a continuation much higher. But again, market, even though it was up over 1%, it pulled all the way back and ended up closing a 0.60%. All right. So this is why I also talk about being patient in the day, waiting for the daily candle to close. Because whatever happens at 8 o'clock or 8:30 or 9 o'clock, now I'm speaking in terms of Eastern Standard Time since I'm in New York, and usually price data comes out, right? Economic news comes out around 8:30, 8:15, around there, and sometimes 9 o'clock, 9:30, unless it's like, FOMC, which is about 2 o'clock Eastern time. But other than that, you're going to get moves in the morning that may completely change towards the afternoon or late morning, right? So that's why it's always important in my case and in my opinion to wait for the candle to close. So this didn't give me any indication that this market was convincingly gonna go higher. I didn't like the fact that this candle pulled all the way back, even though it was a nice green day, but still. So still being patient, and the market's holding resistance at these highs over here. Okay, so let's move on to the next day. Same thing, no action, just completely sideways. This is part of the reason why I didn't want to make a video yet. There was no significant moves, and then now this is a live candle right over here that we're looking at. Okay, it's just after 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. here in New York. So the market's going to be open for another about 4 hours almost, right? Three and a half and change. The market's going to be open. So again, this just goes to show you. You can see how in the morning this market was down. Now, when I saw the price action in the morning, I said, okay, you know what? If this reverses, it reverses. No big deal. You know what? I'll just close out my positions, or my stops are still down here, and I have positions over here and over here. So, let the market do whatever it's going to do. It's going to fluctuate. It's going to try to frustrate you. But this is a great example of what can happen as the market develops over the course of the day and as the morning develops, right? No action going on here. You could see that this might end up completely flat for the day, right? And even though we have a few hours left, there's no telling what this it could be end up red, it could end up green, it could end up flat. Not, but the point is that there's just no real price action going on yet. However, looking back at this is the weekly chart. Now, I talked about this in my other video, how I'm looking for this pattern. If you don't know what this pattern is, You can check out my other videos. I go into detail about what this is and how I discovered how to trade these patterns. But essentially, what I'm looking for is for that 1-2-3 move. And what I mean by the 1-2-3 move is right over here. Let me draw that out. Just give me 1 second. Sometimes I get so confused with the tools. I forget where the tools are. Just give me 1 second. Man, I don't remember where my tools are. Oh, here we go. All right. So I'm looking for that 1-2 support at that pivotal zone, and then a continue up to maybe 115. Okay. That's what I'm looking at right now. And speaking of that, also on the longer time frames, I showed you guys before, and I think I posted a video about that. Um, let me see if I could pull that up. Let me switch over to the quarterly chart. I know I've talked about this before, but this is also why I have long-term confidence on the long side. Okay, this is a really long time frame. It's a quarterly chart. And to me, if any of you are familiar with the falling wedge pattern, you know that it's bullish. So since we made a base here, I'm looking for this to continue up to at least this upper trend line, which is around 115. So that's the long term view that I have of the Euro USD getting to 115. So that's why I'm looking to hold this one for some time, unless I'm proven wrong and the market just does a complete reversal. So that's basically what we're looking at right now. I mean, things are completely flat right now, nothing to do, and there's no reason to force the trade, right? Speaking for myself, I'm holding on to these 3 positions, and I'm targeting up here at 115, or maybe a little below 115, maybe 1.1480, somewhere around there. But I'm just using a round number just for simplicity, right? So I'm looking for 1.15. And again, before we get up here, I'm looking to see if this market's going to convincingly try to get above 1.11 before I start, being really confident that we're going to head to the upside. So we'll really have to see how this market closes. And I'm expecting some kind of significant move next week, whether it's bullish or bearish. And if I go here to Forex Factory to give me the outlook on next week's news and calendar. So we're done with this week. Next week is just completely packed from Monday to Friday, nonstop important economic news coming out. So that is going to be a significant, uh, data coming out for the Euro USD to make a move. There's no doubt about it, especially over here with the FOMC statement, federal funds rate, and of course the FOMC press conference, right? So that's going to be big. We also have the European Central Bank press conference, right? We have monetary policy. I mean, this is just packed with data next week. So there's just absolutely no reason to try to rush things. It's just a game of wait and see for now, and to see what's going to happen with this, with this market here. If we're going to continue this trend, or if we're going to pull back. But for now, I'm going to hold on to the long positions, and then we'll see what happens in the coming week. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the analysis. And if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely like and subscribe. Always helps out the channel. And if you're watching this on TradingView, definitely give I think the icon is a rocket ship. That's interesting. But yeah, it really helps for me to put out more content and to help you guys even more. So with that said, trade safe and manage your risk, and have a safe weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next video.